Call the workshops to order.
Chairman, Directors, the first item on your workshop agenda is a review of the annual report for submission to the Texas Department of Transportation. This item is required of the authority to be submitted to the Texas Department of Transportation annually. So in your packet is a copy of the 2018 annual report, and it's updated the progress that the authority has accomplished in the last 12 months. Eric Davila prepared the report on behalf of the authority, and again, if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. It's pretty straightforward. Again, it just updates progress for the last 12 months.
Are there any questions? I don't have any questions. Any questions?
Chairman, Directors, the next item on your workshop agenda, item 2, is review of proposed change order number 4 for the 365 Tollway project. Staff has met with Johnson Brothers Corporation on the proposed change order number 4. At this point, we will be recommending to the board in the open meeting or the regular meeting that change order number 4 be rejected. The pricing that has come in is outside of our ability to finance, and we do not agree with the pricing that has been submitted by Johnson Brothers. It has increased the total project cost by approximately $14 million, and has taken the project from approximately $202 million to $216 million. Johnson Brothers did concede a approximately $2 million deduction on their mobilization. However, that still keeps us outside the ability to finance the project at $214 million. So, in your regular item, we'll be recommending rejection of change order number 4. And that's all we have for the workshop.
Go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Chairman, Directors, item 1A is a report on program manager activity for the 365 Tollway project and the IBTC environmental clearance document. Eric Davila will give you a report.
You can go to the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint. Good evening. As Pilar mentioned, there's been a lot of activity with regard to the review of essentially trying to manage change order 3 initiatives to try and get to a value engineering change proposal that was amenable to our financing. And much of the support that went into the project was to evaluate the different bid tabs that the contractor submitted over various submittals. And we'll get into more details about the actual project itself. Can you go to the PowerPoint? PowerPoint. With regard to 365, in anticipation of what was previously anticipated, the completion of a change order 4 to get the project into project financing, we've also been doing a lot of coordination with Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1, who, as you all know, just passed a big bond election so that they can go out and do about $190 million worth of improvements. So we wanted to make sure that we got in line with them to push our initiatives for the 365 Tollway project and develop those outfalls. So they've been doing good on that, and they've been meeting with landowners. And so once you start meeting with landowners, you get questions about the facility and the project and the function. And so the RMA's already made themselves available so that we can give them the institutional knowledge about the project and about commitments that we've made to various landowners along the way in those discussions to help them with those acquisitions. On the IBTC project, we're in the final stages of completing what's called the indirect and cumulative impacts report. That's a sort of a wrap-up report that explains how it is that the project impacts, the man-made and human environment, and how it helps. So you talk to local stakeholders, planners, city engineers, et cetera, about the project, about who's in the proximity of this project and how it affects their plans. So how a school, for instance, might take advantage of this route in their planning for future campuses. And so we've identified those stakeholders and are starting to do the full court press to get that done. In addition to that, we're also scheduling a town hall meeting with one of the affected communities that's on the route. And those are the Valverde Grove subdivision areas, which are to the west of the right-of-way, close to the expressway or I-2. And once we hold that meeting, hopefully very early in 2019, somewhere in the first quarter of 2019, we'll have our public meeting for the IBTC. And at that point, we would be inviting the public, holding it probably at a minimum for 2 evenings, so probably at a high school or middle school near the facility, so we can have the affected community nearby and they can come ask us questions, and we'll have our right-of-way team and of course our design and construction staff available to answer any questions they have. And all that is anticipation so that we can wrap all the reporting up and have clearance by early 2020. So everything is going forward on that and on schedule. Any questions with regard to either project at this time? Hearing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman, Directors, the next item on your agenda is the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the governing body and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussions of these items. However, if discussion is desired, that item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Okay, can I get a motion for the consent agenda?
Move. Second.
Motion by Zeke, second by Paul. In favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Chairman, Directors, item 3A, Resolution 2018-58, 3B, Resolution 2018-66, and item 3C, Resolution 2018-61. We recommend no action on those items. Item 3D, Resolution 2018-62, approval of change order number 4 with Johnson Brothers Corporation for construction of the 365 tollway project, and from the US 281 Military Highway to FM 396 and Ansalduas Highway. Staff recommends rejection of change order number 4.
Motion by David, can I get a second?
So moved.
Second by Forrest, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Item 3E, Resolution 2018-67, approval of amended and restated interlocal agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation and the Hidalgo County Regional Mobility Authority for the overweight, oversized permit system. Chairman, Directors, since the overweight, we have a formal interlocal agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation to issue the overweight permits on the state highway system. That interlocal has been amended 4 times. This action consolidates all those amendments into one new document or one new interlocal agreement, and it had a termination date of April 1st, 2019. So it consolidates all 4 amendments, which basically each amendment added segments to the route, and it extends the expiration date. Staff recommends approval.
Can I get a motion for Resolution 2018-67? We gotta get a motion, gotta get a second? Motion second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Chairman, Directors, there's no items under Chairman's report, and there's no table items. However, we do recommend that you entertain a motion to enter into executive session under item 6A and under item 6H.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved. Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
How are you? Good to see you. How are you? At home?
We're gonna set it for December 11th.
Chairman, Directors, we have no further business for the board to consider.
So, we community call a special call
Yep.
meeting.
Yes, sir.
Get a motion to come out of the special. Motion and second. Motion and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Go ahead and break a regular session.
Yes, sir. We have no further business for the board to
Can
consider.
I get a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Motion and second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. I love it.